always thought the beach house was their safe place. Warm lights, ocean breeze, childhood memories echoing through the halls. But on one quiet Sunday morning, when the father opened the door and stepped inside, the only thing that greeted them was destruction, silence, and a secret buried just a few feet behind the pool. Growing up, I had this one friend, Ethan. His family had money, not flashy, not loud, but the kind of quiet wealth that showed up in the details: polished wood floors, private school uniforms, weekend ski trips, and of course, their massive beach house on the Carolina coast. To a kid like me, that place felt like paradise. A long wooden deck, a humming grill, windows facing the ocean, and a backyard so big it seemed to bleed right into the sand dunes. And beyond that, tucked behind a row of palm trees, was a small separate building, the Maid's flat, a private little studio where she lived full-time. Her name was Maria. Soft voice, kind smile, always humming old Spanish songs. She had taken care of the house for years, cleaning, cooking, watching over the place when the family wasn't around. They trusted her completely. I only saw her a few times, but to Ethan's family, she was practically part of the household. It was early fall when Ethan invited me again. "Dude, we're doing a long weekend at the beach house. You in?" Of course I was. But the morning we arrived, something felt wrong. The moment his dad pushed the door open, his breath caught in his throat. The entire house was a war zone. Cushions ripped apart, glass shattered, furniture flipped, the TV ripped off the wall, drawers emptied onto the floor like someone had searched through them in a panic. It didn't look like a regular burglary. It looked personal, angry. His mom gasped and grabbed the doorway to steady herself. His dad walked slowly through, quietly, as if someone would jump out from behind a corner. When they reached the maid's flat out back, the door was slightly open. Inside, all her belongings were gone. The closet empty, dresser drawers bare. It looked like she had simply packed her things and left. The police came, walked around for maybe 10 minutes, and shrugged. "Well," said one of the officers, "looks like your maid probably had something to do with it." That was it. No real investigation, no fingerprints, no detailed questions, just a quick assumption, a couple of notes on a clipboard, and they were gone. And for the next week, everyone believed it, except Ethan's dad. The next weekend, Ethan's dad drove back alone to assess the damage, change locks, and start repairs. He brought the family dogs with him, 2 big German shepherds. They loved the beach, and he thought the fresh air would help him think. But the moment he opened the side gate to walk toward the backyard, the older dog froze. Then, slowly, its ears perked up. Its nose started twitching. And before Ethan's dad could stop him, the dog bolted toward the far corner of the yard, the area near the pool where they stored old tarps and tools. The dog began digging, hard, frantic, throwing sand and dirt everywhere. Ethan's dad called out, "Hey, stop! What are you doing?" But the dog wouldn't stop. And then something blue appeared beneath the sand, a dusty corner of a tarp. The dad's heart dropped. He knew right then that this wasn't going to be something he could unsee. He got down on his knees, pulled the tarp gently, and the smell hit him first. Heavy, sweet, decaying. Underneath was Maria, the maid, the woman the police said probably robbed the house, the woman everyone thought had run away. Her body had been buried shallowly, as if whoever did it was in a rush. Her hands were bruised, her clothes torn, her face swollen from blunt force trauma. She hadn't left. She had been here the whole time, buried in their own backyard. Ethan's dad stumbled backward and fell into the grass. He dialed 911 with shaking hands, but the moment the operator answered, he couldn't even speak. The truth had been sitting right there beneath the soil, waiting for the right moment to claw its way to the surface. This time, the police actually cared. The case exploded. Detectives, crime scene units, reporters, the whole neighborhood shut down for days. The story spread fast. Housekeeper found buried behind employer's beach home. But the deeper investigators dug, the more the pieces didn't fit. For one, nothing from Maria's flat had actually been taken. Her clothes were gone, sure, but all her important documents, passport, ID, work papers, were still in a drawer, hidden but untouched. Meaning she didn't pack up and leave. Someone else moved her things to make it look like she did. Detectives estimated she died the same night the house was ransacked, which meant the killer was inside the house while destroying everything, and Maria walked in on them, recognized them, and that recognition sealed her fate. The police questioned everyone, former workers, neighbors, a recent pool maintenance guy with a sketchy record, a contractor fired weeks earlier for stealing supplies. But the story darkened even more when they recovered a set of partial shoe impressions behind the flat. They matched a type of boot issued to employees of a local construction company, a company that had worked on the house months earlier. Detectives learned a disturbing fact. One of the workers had shown an unusual amount of interest in Maria while on the job. He flirted with her, asked personal questions, even tried to follow her on the street once. Maria had complained to the family about him, but nothing was done. Police tracked him down, but by the time they did, he was already gone. quit his job, left his apartment, car abandoned. It was as if he vanished into thin air. 2 weeks later, a breakthrough happened. A neighbor's outdoor camera, facing the road, captured something the night of the break-in. A truck, the same model the missing worker drove, pulling up near the beach house around 2 a.m. Lights off, engine quiet. A figure got out and walked toward the house. They never saw him come back to the truck. Detectives believe this. He entered through the back, ransacked the house looking for cash or valuables. Maria heard something, walked in, recognized him, and that was it. She became a witness he couldn't afford to leave alive. He killed her, dragged her body outside, buried her in the dark, and fled before sunrise. To this day, he has never been found. Ethan's family never returned to the beach house again. They sold it quietly, without telling buyers what had happened. The new owners probably have no idea that a body was once buried just feet from the pool. Ethan's dad kept Maria's photo on his desk afterward, a reminder of the guilt. He believed that if they had taken her fears seriously, maybe this could have been prevented. Ethan told me years later, "My dad still blames himself. He trusted the wrong people."